Hello, Annabelle here. It is day 21 of the my MetaPWR adventure. This is going to be day 20, day 21 recap together because I think sometimes when you're doing these every day, there's not a lot that really changes from day to day, so I don't want to really bore you. So yesterday was, what day is it today? Yesterday was Tuesday. I actually had an appointment with my naturopath, and so I wanted to talk to her about the gut issue. Well, I wouldn't say gut issues, but you know, those kind of digestive issues that I was talking about the other day. And I usually, when I go, I take in all my bag full of supplements, and she uses in amongst her tools in her toolbox. She does use some kinesiology, so that's sort of muscle testing. And so I found that to be fairly accurate over time. I've been seeing her for many, many years on and off. And so I got her to test me with the full products. I just actually took the soft gels, the Assist and the Advantage. I didn't take all the oil products, but so interestingly, with her testing, she doesn't think I've got any kind of gut parasites or bugs. She thinks I probably need to up my good bacteria in my gut. So I already had some probiotics that I hadn't really been using for a little while. So that was good. I've added them in today. And but she did think that the Assist, which is the one that the capsule that you have just 15 to 30 minutes before dinner, that helps sort of with that, blood sugar roller coaster, that maybe my body wasn't responding super well to that. And interestingly, the berberine that we talked about the other day, that I found all that amazing research about, she seems to think that for my body, that maybe it's just, that could be what's in that Assist that's maybe a little bit too much for my system at this point in time. And maybe to cut back on that to about 2 times a week. So I think this is an adventure, right? And one size doesn't fit all. And so I will go with her recommendations and see how I feel for the next, little while, just sort of really cutting that back. So I didn't take the Assist with dinner last night like I have been. So we'll see what happens. But, I think I feel like whether it was just not having that yesterday or even yesterday before I suppose making, cutting that back, I feel like that sort of wind and, foul stuff is kind of on the wind up. So I feel like my system is sort of getting back to normal, which is usually pretty good. I've got to say, the last couple of nights I've slept really well. So I actually feel like having the Advantage, which has got the NMN, which is, the Advantage can give people a bit of energy. I feel like for me, that's working quite well, taking it late morning, sort of around that 11 o'clock mark, which I've been doing now for a little while. And certainly the last few nights, I've just slept well. Like I've had good energy in the afternoon. I've had, so I'm not kind of exhausted at the end of the day, but when I'm going to bed, I'm winding down, I'm doing my normal sleep routine and falling asleep quite easily. And then having the last couple of nights, I've had good solid night's sleep. Haven't been woken up by Lee or by me, or I haven't needed to go to the toilet in the night. I haven't tossed and turned with sore back. My back's feeling a lot better. So so that's a night. That's nice. It's amazing, isn't it, when you have good sleep? And interestingly, yesterday in my journal that I'm keeping, I don't know if you probably can't read that, but my affirmation yesterday was, I fall asleep easily and get a whole solid night's sleep. And I'm like, yes, tick, tick, tick. So I'm actually enjoying my own journal with my own affirmations. Surprise, surprise. Today's affirmation, interestingly, is I choose to have fun. Now, I haven't really had fun today, but I put that one in because for me, this is totally an aside to the metabolic adventure. I'm not really a very fun person. I'm a much more, I like to get things done. I like to do things. I like to be productive. I like to be helpful. I like to be purposeful, but I'm often not so good at just, being spontaneous or having fun. So even just that affirmation that I like to keep in there as a reminder to me is I need to choose to have fun. I need to set aside time to be spontaneous, which I know is, anyway, it's a whole nother conversation, and it's a bit probably ridiculous if that comes naturally to you, but it doesn't so much come naturally to me. So, and I think we just get in the normal day in, day out Groundhog Day of our routine. Particularly for me, I've got school age kids, and so it's just same. Weekends are the same. Like this year, I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation, but I choose to have fun is today's affirmation in my journal. So I have gotten back in, I think this week I told you, to doing some weights. I'm not following my normal Thyroid Strong program exactly because I just think I need to pace myself completely at my pace, but I've been back to using the kettlebells and really doing kind of the Thyroid Strong program exercises, but just really simple. This week, today's Wednesday, so Monday, Wednesday, feeling good, which is great. I'll go for a walk again soon. It looks like it's going to rain and it's meant to be quite wet for the next week or so. So I need to keep my steps up because I'm up to day 59, I think, of my streak of setting my step target. And I don't know if I've mentioned it on this before, but my goal, my watch is just charging up actually, but my watch, my set a daily target of, I think it's 5,200 steps, which I know is not a lot of steps. It's certainly not 10,000 steps. But what I found earlier in the year when I just needed to be more mobile, I just needed to move more. So I'm walking for movement really. Not for cardio. I'm happy to do the weights. I just need to move my body. And so I set the goal of 5,000 steps, and I got it at the beginning of the year, got through about a 100-day streak, and then I got COVID, and then it got hit winter and everything sort of unraveled. But a couple of months ago, after I could really get to be a little bit more mobile after my back injury, I've gotten back into that routine, and often I get a lot more than 5,000. I've found generally the last couple of weeks, I probably just got a bit more energy because of MetaPWR, and my thyroid is a bit more normal. I got those blood tests finally back, and they're looking a lot better than they were 6 weeks ago. So I'm sure that's playing a part too. But I just want to move, and I gradually will increase that target, but I would rather be motivated to hit 5,000 and get out, because today I've been sitting at my computer all day and I've got 1,600 steps. So if I didn't actually go for a walk, which is kind of a big long block, takes me about 20 minutes. It's not even a big walk, but if I didn't do that, I wouldn't even hit 5,000 steps often. So that's what I'm going to do. Go and get out and do that. And the only other thing I've really been deliberate about, not really in the last week, is really upping my water. And being deliberate about my water. So I've got my nice little water pitcher, which I got from Aldi for $5, and a glass that sits on my desk. And I find that having it in a clear jug as opposed to a drink bottle, I can keep track of what I'm drinking so much better. So I figure if I get through one of these while I'm sitting at my desk, I know I get extra because, for example, the Advantage, I've sort of filled up about that much of water. Every time I swallow my supplements, that's another glass of water. I tend to have a glass of water as I'm preparing dinner. So aside from that, I'm probably getting about another one's worth. So I figure if I'm sitting down and doing that, then that's going to help keep me hydrated, which is good for everything. So there we go. There we have it. Have an awesome day, everyone, and I'll see you for the next update.